Have you ever felt, just overwhelmed by your finances? Wish there was a simple roadmap.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling like you need some kind of finance degree just to manage your own money. It's common.
Exactly. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into a book that promises to cut through all that complexity.
Ah, you must mean Scott Pape's The Barefoot Investor, the only money guide you'll ever need.
That's the one. It's not just any finance book, is it? Since it came out in 2016, it's become, well, a massive bestseller in Australia, like historically huge.
It really has resonated. It's practically a phenomenon down under.
So our mission today is to unpack it, to really get into the core ideas and see if this simplified approach actually delivers.
Yeah, can it genuinely offer that shortcut to financial freedom? Or maybe just peace of mind for you listening, no matter where you're starting from.
And we're basing this on looking closely at the book itself, obviously, its main concept.
And also hearing from people who actually used it,
Yep.
right? Their experiences putting this advice into practice. We want to see why it connects.
Okay, so Pape's whole thing seems to be about making finance less intimidating. He breaks down these big concepts into, well, simple steps.
Simple, achievable steps. That's his mantra. And the tone is interesting. It's relaxed, but also kind of firm.
Yeah, like a knowledgeable friend, giving advice. And he uses lots of real stories.
Tons. It makes it relatable. And it's crucial to understand it's not about get rich quick.
Right. More about control, building that financial freedom slowly.
Exactly. So the very first step he suggests is maybe a bit unusual. He calls them date nights.
Date nights. For finance, how does that work?
It's about setting aside dedicated time, maybe with your partner if you have one, specifically to talk about money and goals.
Okay.
But the goal is to make it, well, almost fun. A relaxed way to connect on finances without all the usual stress or pressure.
Reframing that potentially awkward money chat. That's clever.
It really is.
Yes.
Making it collaborative instead of confrontational. Super important for couples trying to get on the same page financially.
Okay, so after you've started talking more openly with these date nights, what's next? He introduces this bucket system, right?
Yes, the bucket system. This is really the heart of his budgeting method.
And what makes it different? Why does this one stick when maybe others don't?
Well, I think it taps into behavioral economics a bit. It's designed to be almost automatic once you set it up. You divide your income into these specific buckets.
Right, with percentages.
Exactly. He lays it out clearly. 60% goes into your daily expenses bucket. That's rent, bills, groceries, the usual stuff.
Okay, 60%. What else?
Then, and this is key, 10% for a splurge bucket.
Splurge. So like fun money.
Guilt-free fun money. That's crucial. Another 10% goes into what he calls the smile bucket.
Smile. What's that for?
That's earmarked for longer-term goals, maybe saving for a holiday or a bigger purchase that makes you, well, smile.
I see. Daily splurge smile. What's the last one?
The last 20% is the fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. Sounds intense.
It's for tackling the big stuff. Paying off debt aggressively, building up savings, or eventually investing. It's your financial power tool.
That splurge bucket idea, planning for guilt-free spending, that feels like it would make a huge difference for sticking to it.
It's a psychological masterstroke, really.
Yeah.
You budget for fun, so you don't feel deprived, and then blow the budget later.
Yeah.
It accepts we're human.
Yeah, makes the whole thing sustainable.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the bucket set up. What about debt? He talks about blowing up debt.
Oh, he's very direct about this.
They
His
would.
big focus is destroying credit card debt first. Like, annihilate it.
How? Just pay it off quickly.
Yes. But he goes further. He actually recommends you literally cut up your credit cards.
Permanently.
Wow. Cut them up. Yep. And switch to debit cards only. His reasoning is to remove the temptation and escape those high-interest traps altogether. Clear the decks.
That's a bold move, a really strong stance.
Yeah.
So debt tackled, especially credit cards. What's the non-negotiable next step?
That leads straight to the emergency fund. He stresses this is absolutely critical.
How much are we talking?
Building up savings of at least 2 to 3 months of your essential living expenses.
Okay, a safety net.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. You do this before anything else. Before investing, before aggressively paying down lower interest debt sometimes.
Why before everything else?
It's your financial shock absorber. It stops you from going back into debt when unexpected things happen. It builds resilience, both practical and psychological.
That makes a lot of sense. Build the foundation first. Okay, so emergency fund is in place. Then what? Investing. Retirement.
Then he guides you into the longer-term stuff, setting up what he recommends as low-cost index funds.
Low-cost index funds, can you quickly break that down? What are they?
Sure. Basically, it's a type of investment that holds lots of different stocks, maybe tracking a whole market index like the S&P 500 or the ASX 200 in Australia.
Okay.
And the low-cost part is key. They have very minimal fees compared to actively managed funds. Pape likes them because they're simple, diversified, and cheap.
So it's about broad exposure without high costs or needing to pick individual stocks.
Precisely. And this is where the book really shines for beginners. He explains this stuff in super simple, clear language, no confusing jargon.
That lack of jargon seems central to what makes the book different.
Totally. It feels like advice from a mate over a beer, not some stuffy lecture from a finance bro. It's approachable.
And it's not just theory, is it? It sounds very action-oriented.
Extremely. That's perhaps its biggest strength. It doesn't just tell you what to do, it tells you exactly how.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, like he literally recommends specific bank accounts to open. He suggests specific superannuation funds, that's the Australian retirement system, to look into.
So really specific guidance.
Even down to providing scripts, like here's what to say when you call your insurance company or utility provider to negotiate a better deal.
Wow, okay. That removes a lot of the guesswork and, frankly, the intimidation factor.
Exactly. It eliminates that decision fatigue.
Yeah.
You just follow the steps.
And throughout all this, Pape seems to push back against the usual financial hype, right? No promises of getting rich overnight.
None at all. He's very anti-hype. The core promise isn't quick riches.
What is it then?
It's peace of mind. It's freedom from money stress. It's about having a simple plan that actually works and lets you sleep at night.
That focus on well-being, not just wealth accumulation, is quite powerful.
It really resonates with people who are just tired of feeling anxious about money.
Okay, so it sounds incredibly practical and helpful, especially for beginners. But like anything, it probably has its limitations or criticism.
Definitely. No single plan fits everyone perfectly.
One obvious one, which we've touched on, is its focus. It's very Australian, isn't it?
It is. That's a key point. A lot of the specifics, the banks, the superannuation system, certain regulations are very much tied to Australia.
So for our listeners outside Australia,
You'd need to do some translation work. Find the equivalent accounts, retirement systems, or rules in your own country. Some parts might just not apply directly.
right, so requires a bit more effort if you're not Aussie. What about people who aren't complete beginners? Maybe they already know a bit about finance.
That's another common point. If you've already got some financial literacy, if you're already investing, you might find the book, well, a bit basic.
Too simple.
Potentially. Its strength is its simplicity for newcomers. For someone more advanced looking for complex strategies, this isn't that book.
Okay. And what about the writing style itself? You said it's conversational.
It is, which is mostly a plus,
Mhm.
but some readers find it a little repetitive.
Repetitive how?
He hammers home the core messages quite a bit,
Oh.
which is probably deliberate, good for reinforcement if you're starting out.
But maybe a bit slow if you grasp concepts quickly.
Could be. For some, especially maybe a deep dive audience member who likes dense info, it might feel like it repeats itself. It's a trade-off for making it accessible.
These are important nuances.
Mm.
So for you listening, think about where you are. Starting fresh, got some experience in Australia or elsewhere. That helps gauge its value for you.
Definitely. Knowing your own context is key.
So putting it all together, who is this book really perfect for? Who should pick it up?
Well, based on our deep dive, it seems ideal for young adults, maybe just starting their careers, getting their first proper paychecks.
Makes sense.
Also, anyone really struggling with budgeting, maybe feeling stuck in debt, couples who want a shared, simple system to manage money together.
Yeah, the date night thing seems great for couples.
And just generally anyone who feels overwhelmed and wants a clear, actionable financial reset, a step-by-step plan.
So the pros are pretty clear. The step-by-step plan, the focus on habits, the simplicity, the real-world examples.
And just making money feel less scary. That's a big one.
So stepping back, what's the big picture impact? What's the overall value here?
I think the biggest value is empowerment. It demystifies finance. It takes away that feeling that it's too complicated for the average person.
It makes financial control feel achievable.
Exactly. It gives people a tangible roadmap they can actually follow.
Okay, so final verdict time. The Barefoot Investor.
Yeah.
More than just a book.
Yeah, it really feels like a personal finance movement, certainly in Australia. It's straightforward, it's motivating, it's incredibly practical.
Especially for beginners or anyone feeling lost with budgeting or debt.
Absolutely. If you're looking to get control with a plan that just works, It's hard to argue against it being a fantastic starting point.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over.
Go on.
If, as this deep dive suggests, gaining that control and peace of mind with your money is possible through these kinds of surprisingly simple steps, how might embracing that financial simplicity free up your mental and emotional energy? What else could you focus on in your life, the things that really matter to you, if money wasn't such a constant source of stress?
That's a powerful question. What space does simplicity create? Worth thinking about.